Hi folks, what we're going to do today is change out a watch, the watch guts from one case to another. The thing is Invicta, and I've always defended Invicta until now, and or I wouldn't be having so many of them. This one is I think it's 8628 OB or something like this. This is the all gold model, so it's not really in the mix. I just had it out here because I was messing with my other watches, and then I came with this brilliant decision. And the reason is because these are bracelet-less because they broke at the clasp where the manufacturer pin is, not the spring bar, but the pin. So it's a place in there where you can't fix it like that. So good luck with that. And if you buy another bracelet, you're going to spend as much as you would if you bought a Quartz model. And then just put that bracelet on your automatic if that's what your goal is. And my other automatic, which is this one right here, both of these are automatic. This one, the bracelet failed, of course, and is not keeping time. So it's losing about 20 minutes a day, and it's just something crazy the next day. And when I'm sleeping in it, I don't expect it to go, to some crazy hour. And some people don't sleep in their watches. I do when I do, and I don't when I don't. But even when I do, it doesn't keep time. So what we're going to do is take care of this, because this one won't keep time. This one you can't wind, and it came like that from the manufacturer. When I bought this one, Invicta, a lot of people don't know, but Invicta discontinued the coin bezel for a very short time, and they went in with a more of a Tag Heuer look. And so I bought this one because even though I already had one, because I wanted a duplicate in case something happened to this. And since Invicta wasn't going to make these anymore, now Invicta changed their mind, and now they're making them again. So a lot of people don't know that they were discontinued, but they were. Anyhow, and this one has, the one I'm going to be using or changing into has little dots around the bezel. So unlike the others, which don't. So I'm going to make, I like the one with the dots on it, and I wish the automatic would work, but I can't wind it. The watch will work if you shake it, because it's working now. If you shake it, it'll work. And but yeah, I shouldn't have to do that. So I'm going to take my handy dandy do all watch tool, and I've already loosened this a little bit, maybe not enough. Excuse me while I put on some eyewear. I've got this thing here that I'm using, so makes it easy to not make a mistake, because you want to size these tools correctly so that when you're using this wrench, you don't in any way scratch the back of the watch. And that's basically for resale value, which I'm finding Invicta has none because they're disposable, and they kind of have to. What's that reflection? Okay, that's that. So we're going to go ahead and get the back off of the brand new watch that will not wind, and then I'm going to take my Quartz watch, and I've already loosened this because I don't believe in wasting your time on film. Don't you hate when someone shows you merchandise in a box and they don't even take it out of the box yet, and they stand there and they talk to you for 20 minutes before they take the thing out of the friggin' box? So it's pretty clear which is which here, and I just need to get my tool here. And the easiest way to do this is to just take take the spring out and get your cat in the way. Take the I'm sorry, not the spring. Take the crown out, and switch out the watches. So, pardon me while I delve deep into this. Okay. I'm not going to explain to you how you do that. Other than there's a point, a point in a movement, whether it's quartz or whether it's automatic, that you can. I'm just going to dump that out. That you can move that. Now we know that those all that stuff. These go together there, and these cases are. You don't want to mix everything up like I probably will do. Anyway. So this is the movement that's not winding. So pardon me while I get inside here and see how to get this crown out. If you play with it, you see there's a little arm in there, and if you there's a place in there that you push on that arm that will release the crown. I don't care if I break this because it's not working anyway. But it does have a beautiful movement. It has a beautiful oscillating wheel on it. I can see that damn oscillating wheel's in my way. Come on, you bitch. So I've dropped in the quartz movement. All I did was I just picked it up, dumped it in there, and there's a piece of plastic. There's a plastic guard that goes into these cheap watches. And because there's nothing else in there. I don't know if these crowns are the same. They're not. Which they shouldn't be. They're different movements entirely. So just go in the hole there and push it in. Much easier to go in than come out. Kind of the opposite of some things. So I want to turn it over, make sure everything's good. I put it in right side up, make sure I put the date on the right side, you know what I mean? You don't want to fuck that up. So yeah, okay, so now I've got the new case and I've got the old quartz movement. Okay. Now this is something I haven't done and never thought about. The exhibition case goes with the automatic, which is this case. And this goes to this case, which was for the quartz. So we're going to find out if the quartz back will substitute for the exhibition back. How about that? I don't really care about the water resistancy, and I suspect that these cases are exactly the same and that the cases and the backs are not made together, but I believe that they to be interchangeable because I just think that they are. And I don't like an exhibition back, and I damn sure don't want an exhibition back on a quartz watch. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? I just don't. So again, make sure that you've got all of these on your, pardon me, while I do this. Shit. Just make sure that they're lined up right. Sometimes the back one doesn't want to line up right. And you don't want to scratch the back of it. Because if you show it to somebody, they're going to turn it over and look at the back. And anytime you want to know what the bottle number is, you're going to look at the back. Looks okay. You know, I don't know why these damn wrenches seem to adjust themselves every time you use them. I just used the damn thing and it's changed itself. Or maybe that was because I had the exhibition back on. They may be different. I don't think the threads are different, but they may be different. The outside of it may be different, but I don't think the inside is different. The inside, I think the inside threads are the same. It's just the outside lugs are different. You can get away using 2 of these, but using 3, you are in less of a chance of scratching the case. And I put a lot of pressure on that. Let me compare. It doesn't look as, I can see the gasket, but I screwed it tight as hell. So again, I'm not worried about its water resistancy. I'm just worried about telling time because I don't shower with it. When I had a Rolex Submariner, I did shower with it. I swam with it, showered, I dove with it, dived with it rather. Dived is the correct term. I dived with it in 1104. This was made in 2004, dude. That's why it has. That's why it had such a unique movement. This movement in here, you're not going to see this again. I'm not sure if I'm showing you right. It's nighttime, so that's the reason. It's a very decorated oscillating wheel. It's not yellow. The yellow ones are decorated, and then the ones that just the plain NH35 or the cheap other cheap Miyota movements, they don't have this wheel isn't engraved. You see, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the engraving on it, and I can't see what you're seeing. So, but they don't do that anymore with them. So they leave them either plain or they paint them yellow. So unfortunately, really unfortunately, this beautiful watch here is just no good anymore, unless I start dating a watchmaker that's willing to help me and fix it for free for a good time. So I'm just gonna pop this back in, just like I did the other one. That's smart, turning the light off. Now I can't see. But I'm going to put it back together just because, I don't want it just flopping around, even though I'm never going to use it again. Actually, this is the Quartz case, and it may go in there, it may not, because I see this is why we have an exhibition case on it. You see all of that extra movement there. That's why they have the exhibition case, because this is domed, and that's how they can fit all the guts in there. So I was wondering if I should bother putting the stem back in, and I think I might. Sorry, folks. I have to get this lined up in order to find out where the stem goes. There it is. Okay, here we go. Putting the stem in. You just put it in a hole. You can do that, right? And the watch does the rest. Let's see if it will close. I didn't see that. I didn't check the other one. Yeah. Okay. Now, what we're going to do now is this watch that's losing time. I'm going to change these bracelets out. Okay. Now, I don't know about everybody else's eyes, but I can tell you, this thing here, this hat piece I have with the magnifying glass is just perfect for what I'm doing here. Okay, we're going to look at that. That's at 12. So we're going here at 12. And reverse engineer. You don't have to have done this before. It helps though. And if you start collecting Invictas like I have, you're going to learn how to do this, whether you like it or not. If you don't, you're going to go broke paying somebody else. These are not easy to get back in. They're very easy to get out. I mean, I'm used to doing it, so it's not hard for me to do. It's just tedious. I don't like to do it. Curved watches are the worst. But, you know, if you get one pin in, you just do the other side, you know? It's not brain surgery here. But it's not easy sometimes. Like, that's what the dentist is doing in my mouth sometimes. Damn it. Popped out. It'll pop it back in. Get in there. All right, let's try again. Let's try again here. Get in there. Move it, you. Get in there. Fucker. Get in there. Go on, get in there. Shit. It's always the hardest after you already have one on there. Because then you got to manipulate that in your hand. So, even having done this, God knows how many times. I mean, not only here, but I used to manage a jewelry store. I'm a gemologist by trade, but I did manage a jewelry store. So, I had to do my share of paying my dues, doing people's watch batteries. Okay, did that do it? Yeah. Finally. God dang. Boy, you know, I'd be upset if I didn't put this on right. Shit, I'd be upset. Okay. I have a new watch. That's the bottom line. I got a new watch. So, I'm not sure if you could, if it's blinding you or what, but it's pretty cool, and I'm happy with it. So that's how you do it, and it's it's time consuming, and I don't like doing it, but I will never do this again because either the watch is going to break or the bracelet's going to break, and if that happens, it's toast. I'm not doing this again. And as you can see, my experience with Invicta, this is it right here. Here's another one right there. This one does work, but it where is it? But I had another one just like this. I had two of them. One was in rose gold, one was in gold. That sounds stupid. And so I bought this watch with a leather strap in the thrift store for $10. And so I took the other one of these and just took the bracelet off because it's 22 millimeters, and so is this one. These here are 20 millimeters, so they're somewhat more common. And then I have a Picani design that looks like an Explorer 2, a Rolex Explorer 2. That's 22 millimeters also. So if something happens to that, it's on automatic as well. Sapphire crystal, which this only has a mineral crystal. So Invicta, get it together. But anyway, this one, I'll use this bracelet when this watch goes out. And it's just an endless, it's an endless thing. And I've got this cheap ass shit right here. This real cheap watch with a bracelet that looks like hell because you can't size it. You wear it like this. You wear it with the whole bracelet right there underneath of it. And you just attach it like that. So what I want to do is eventually, how ass does that look, Look at that shit. That's just embarrassing. I only paid $10 for it. I just bought it because it looked like Submariner. I thought, let me look at that, Not like I don't have enough Submariner looking like watches, for God's sakes. But anyway, I got a Casio. Just put a bracelet on that one. I'm going to put that up on eBay. This thing's 15 years old. Looks brand new because I've only worn it twice. But I'm gonna put something on this one. This is 20 millimeters, but this is like 7 millimeters thick. You have to worry about the thickness because the grip on the edge of the watch is different. Because on the one that from the thrift store, this is too high off of the watch. So this is too close to the bezel. It's in the way of the bezel, so it's not good. And so this, I need another 22 millimeter band, and this is rose gold anyway, two-tone, and it shouldn't be, but it's the mate to this one that died. And that's my experience with Invicta. I have 7 Invicta watches, and I've got 2 that work now. I got these 2 that work, and they've been Franken-watched. Well, not this one. This one is, I've worn this 2 or 3 times, so, it looks like a gold Submariner. It seems to work fine. I don't know. I don't wear it a lot, so it might lose time, too. I don't know. But it shouldn't, because I haven't worn it that much. But I didn't wear the other one enough for it to happen either. Now, I didn't want to wear a Quartz because, of course, it doesn't look like a Submariner being a Quartz. But, it doesn't look like a Submariner anyway. But at least you got a chance, at least if you've got the sweep secondhand on it. But now with the Quartz, that just totally just makes it look like a fucking cheap imitation, which it really is. But I'd rather it look like something else, a cheap something else than a cheap Submariner. I don't want someone to think that I want you to believe this is a Submariner. I know it's not, and I don't want you to believe it is. I used to have a Submariner, so I don't need to pretend about it, I sold the thing because I was disgusted about how the payments were on it, how expensive it was. Even though at the time I bought it, it was a 2-ton Submariner. It looked exactly like this, and you know what I paid for it? $5,000. I bought it in the Bahamas, no tax and no duty. $5,000 for a 2-tone Submariner, 18 karat and stainless gold. All right, and I was disgusted at the payments on it. And now look at it. I could sell it for $28,000. But anyway, such as that, And then talk about big ass watches. We weren't talking about that, but look at this son of a bitch. Invicta makes this thing. This is 47 millimeters, I think. And I have a 6.5 inch wrist. Look at that monster. It's ridiculous. I loved it when I saw it in the store, so I bought it. It has a mirror. It has a mirror face on it, of all things. What an idea to put a mirror face on a watch. You can't tell what time this thing is to save your soul, especially in the daytime. I am exaggerating a little bit because I'm used to it. I can tell what time it is sometimes, but I really have to look. You can't glance at it and say, oh, it's this time. You have to look at it, and study it. It's faster to pull your watch out of your pocket, you know. And this monster with my 6.5-inch wrist, I had no freaking business buying this watch, you know. But you know, like all Invicta collectors, we know that this is not $1,000 watch. You know, I paid $250 for it. So, you know, these ridiculous prices that they put on these watches is just, you know, I mean, there's no reason for fictitious pricing. You know, this Quartz watch here, this is a $65 watch. You know what I mean? And this one's probably 100 and, I don't know, on Invicta say it's 149, but you probably find it on Amazon for $115. Automatic. Mineral crystal now. And then you got Pagani over here at $60. Actually, I paid $65 for this thing. It weighs like a Rolex, and like these Invictas as well. And for $65, you know, I've got the look of a $16,000 watch. It also doesn't say Rolex, but it also, it looks like one. You know, it does. And honestly, that's the reason I bought it. I didn't buy it just because I like the look of it. I do, but I don't like that it's 42 millimeters, because my wrist is so damn small. So I really need one that's 40. And so the 39 and 41 millimeters is my sweet spot. So 40 being perfect for me, or anything that's, you know, kind of like that. Anything in that range, you know, that doesn't look like, you know, monsters on my wrist or something. You know, I was stupid to buy this. See, managing a jewelry store, what you get into buying stuff because you get such a discount. You know, I get 60% off of watches as a jewelry store employee, not just as a manager. Any employee can get that. You get 60% off of watches, except Rolex. Rolex, you get 50% off. Let's talk dollars here so you understand. Let's take a $10,000 Rolex. The employee cost on a $10,000 Rolex is 60% of its MSRP, in this case $10,000. So it's $6,000 plus 10% of its MSRP. In this case $10,000. You got to add 10% to it. So you got to add $1,000. So that $6,000 watch, you have to add $1,000 to it, because that's 10% of the retail. So your $10,000 Rolex costs you $7,000. That is the employee price of a $10,000 Rolex. And you can't get one any cheaper. And Rolex rule is you can only buy once in your lifetime. Doesn't matter how many jewelers you work for or how long you work for them. They have you on file, buddy, and you can only buy one. The only thing is, you got people that you work with in your store, and most of them are never going to buy a Rolex. So if you want 2 or 3 Rolexes, you just talk to one of your employees and you slide them $100 and say, hey, order this for me, will you? Use your credit card. It's a done deal. Rolex knows people do that, but you have to go through that process if you want to, you know, evade the system. But the thing is, can you really afford more than one Rolex? I mean, even an employee cost, a $20,000 Rolex is going to cost you $14,000. So, you know, I know these break, and I'm not going to recommend Invicta anymore because of this. And you can see yourself, I'm not new to watches, and this is only the tip of the iceberg of my watch collection. These are just Invictas that I came out and decided, you know, I've got too many of them. I got them in pieces, and it's like, come on, let's get them all together and make a watch out of it, which I've done. So I've taken all of this crap right here, you know, and made one watch out of it. I don't even have the old bracelet for the others because I tossed them. I've got two bracelets that have gone in the trash because I couldn't do anything with them. There was nothing salvageable about them. And as a jeweler, I can tell you that they cannot be repaired at a reasonable cost. You know, you must buy a new one. And if you don't buy it from Invicta, it's not going to fit like an Invicta. And the same with any other watch. You can buy generic watch bands all day long, but they're not going to fit your watch because there's certain lug lengths that are involved in it. And even this one doesn't fit this one perfectly because the case is actually a 0.5 millimeter more than the end length of the bracelet. But that's okay. Nobody knows that except you and me and everybody that looks at this. So that's how you change out a watch from a non-working automatic to a Quartz watch and put a newer bracelet on it. So I have taken a watch that was out of service and replaced it with a broken one. So now I got another watch. I'm happy about that. Thanks a lot, folks.